Good morning, campers. So right now I'm gonna make another breakfast that I do. It's kind of like an easy breakfast, but it's kind of like a mixture of all the breakfasts added up. So I've got a frying pan heating up. Pour on some olive oil. Get the whole pan wet. Here I've cut these two potatoes just like you do in Spain for Spanish tortillas. Peel them, cut them in half, lay them flat side down, slice them thin so they cook quickly. Now I throw these chips on the fire. Okay, now I'm going to stir these up until all of the potatoes are covered with olive oil. You don't want the olive oil to cook to like dry up and like absorb into the potatoes on the bottom and stuff. If right at the first you hurry up and you roll them around and make sure all the potatoes get coated with olive oil, that's what you want. That's a very good thing. Okay, everything is coated in olive oil. Okay, now I've got just a little bit of onions diced up. A little bit of parsley. With this, you're not going to taste the parsley, but by putting this on there, it makes it look complicated. You know, it makes you think, wow, how did you do that? You know, it makes it look more mysterious. Greek seasoning. You don't want to add too much. That will ruin it. The black pepper. Now you stir it up again. Mix everything a boot. Okay, everything is all stirred about. Now I'm going to turn the water on. Get just a little bit of water on my plate. Splash a little bit of water in there. And boom. Cover it for a little while, let it just kind of steam them and turbo cook them. Okay. Now, take the plate off. Throw your onions in there. You don't have to have the onions. I think it makes it better. It's better with them. I'm going to stir it up. Okay, it's stirred up. I'm letting it just kind of soften just a little bit. Three things. You're softening up the onions. You're drying out the potatoes. You know, make sure all the water is just completely evaporated and you don't want them like wet. And you're finishing cooking the potatoes, you know, like, so they're more like fried, not like boiled. And you want them, you don't really want them al dente. You want them just barely past al dente. Right now, they have a little bit of crunch, so they're not quite done. So I just get the grapefruit ready. Obviously, I cut the peel off, cut the middle part, the tough part off. Now I can pull apart each little section and throw away the paper in between. There, so you can see. By doing that, I'm left with just the meat. None of the skin and the bones, just the meat. So here, good, yeah, the potatoes, see, look, some of them are crunchy. You know, you want some of the potatoes to be overcooked and crunchy. I don't know, unless you think that's gross. That's probably one of those things where some people like their bacon almost raw. Some people like them crunchy. I like their potatoes just like that. It's perfect. Some are crunchy, some aren't, but the ones that aren't are cooked all the way through. Now I'm going to take my cage-free brown eggs and I'm going to just put them right on in there. Okay. I'm just going to stir it up and keep it moving so the eggs kind of cook into the potatoes. Yep, you'll see that there's eggs in it. There'll be little eggs. You'll see when it's done. Okay, boom, turn off the heat. See that? See, you can see the potatoes, but it's cooked in the eggs. Okay, yeah, I was cooking chicken pot-au-feu soup. I took it off the heat, it's done. Yeah, if you cook that stuff while you're getting ready in the morning, then you don't have, it's easier to not accidentally fall asleep and leave it. Okay, so I put a little bit of cheese. It's mostly about ketchup, so I'm just going to put just a little bit of Tabasco in there. Just because, you know me, I like Tabasco on everything. And the people from Spain can turn their eyes. They think it's stupid that Americans put ketchup on everything, but potatoes and eggs taste good with ketchup. Boom. I made my coffee I make on days off, which is sugar-free Swiss Miss with a little bit of coffee. You know, instead of using water and Swiss Miss, I use coffee and Swiss Miss. Boom. That's a good breakfast. Checky check.